So here we have it, my new budget tow rig. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is a 2000 F350 Super Duty with the legendary 7.3. I'm very excited about this. I was looking for a truck for a while. I didn't really set out to buy anything quite this big. Here we are. I bought it from the original owner. It's got under 200,000 miles on it, and it's a manual, which I know whether you prefer it or not to tow with. I didn't trust the automatics, and it's one less thing to break because the ZF6 is solid. It's minimal rust. I mean, it's an Ohio truck, so they all have some rust, but it's minimal. Frame solid. Bed rails are here. Those tend to go, and then your bed doesn't stay on the truck. But she's solid. Or he's solid, I should say. His name's Earl. But I'm excited to dive into this. It doesn't need a whole lot to be ready to tow, which is the point of this video. I've got rear brakes for it. Actually, have front brakes too, but they're like a wheel bearing, so we'll see if we get to that. It needs a good clean. The interior is gross. And then I've got some new headlights from one of the channel's new sponsors. So let's dive into all of that and get to testing this thing.
To be completely honest, I'm going to go out on a limb and say, A, either the previous owner did not own a vacuum, and or B, I don't think this truck has been cleaned since it was new. It was gross. What you don't see here in the video is my friend and I, Jacob, who went to look at the truck with me. When we were originally there, we spent probably 15 minutes cleaning straight garbage out of the back of this truck. I'm talking wrappers, empty coffee cups, receipts, envelopes, hats, tools, spare electric motor components. I mean, from, as I said, like tools to like complete literal garbage out of the back of this truck. We filled an entire wheelbarrow with it. So while this may not look that bad, it was a lot worse. Not to mention the knife I found in the door car that I almost stabbed myself with, but that's beside the point. I've been at it for like an hour and a half. It's looking better. I still have to do that corner, but I vacuumed the rest of it. But it really, the seats and the carpet needed like a deep clean. So I'm gonna need a carpet extractor, and we're gonna come back to it. But here's your update.
Now the truck is all clean, and I can actually sit in it. We're going to install the new headlight bulbs sent out by Auxito. I appreciate them sending them out to me. This will definitely brighten up late night drives when picking up parts cars from the middle of nowhere. They want to extend a discount to you all. If you use the link in the description and use code SIMONANDCARS, you get 15% off site-wide. So go use that and support them, support the people who support me. But for now, let's jump into putting these lights in, and we'll do a comparison of stock versus LED.
see how this looks. Holy shit, that's brighter. Look at this difference. That's crazy. Wow. Holy cow. Holy Toledo. Alright, I've got the other one installed. Let's check them high beams, low beams. See what it looks like with both of them. It's crazy how much brighter they are. I mean, I know LEDs are bright, but they're crazy bright. Alright, now that it's done, it looks great, but I definitely need to replace these housings. I didn't, kind of hadn't paid attention to how smoked they were until putting some bright bulbs in them. But again, huge thank you to the people at Auxito for sending those lights out. Again, use code SIMONANDCARS, links in the description, and I'll put it up here in the card. But let's do some brakes. Before we move on to the brakes, here's a quick comparison while driving of the lights. As you can see, the stock lights are not dim, but they don't have a great cone, whereas the Auxito lights have a much brighter output as well as a much wider cone of light. Before we get started with the brakes, I don't want to jump scare anybody. I dressed up as Cal Naughton Jr. for Halloween, so this next clip, I have a very, very good handlebar mustache. So I just wanted to let you all know before I just pop up on camera looking a little different. Next, we have everything we need to redo the full brake system on the truck. Pads, rotors, calipers, all four corners. I don't know about the parking brake though, so that might be a later day project, but for now, we're gonna start with just making sure this thing has some good brakes before we start towing with it.
If you ride with me, don't gotta work for the both of us. I'll put you in the driver's seat. Don't gotta hurry in the name of love. 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 In the name
So I just got this caliper off, and see if I can hit the light here. I'm sure that's great for it.
If you ride with me, don't gotta work for the both of us. I'll put you in the driver's seat. Don't gotta hurry in the name of love. 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 In the name of love.
Next step to get the truck ready to tow is a fresh oil change. I've decided to go with Rotella T4 as it's a good synthetic blend as well as a OEM oil filter. The truck takes 3.5 gallons, which is, I thought my 2.7 was a lot.
Just like that, we're ready to start towing stuff, which means more projects. Nah, not really. It'll be nice to have the flexibility though to for part outs and to pick up parts and wheels and stuff like that, as well as helping friends out who need to buy projects or need a car towed and stuff like that. I'm very excited. The truck's been great so far. I've had it for a couple weeks at this point. It's been great. Brakes feel good. I have not done the fronts yet because that's a little more involved with the twin I-beam suspension. You basically do the wheel bearings for the front, so I haven't got around to that yet. Other than that, it's great though. It's getting a little colder. Truck's fine. I found the block heater, but it starts fine, no issues, so that's good. Huge thank you to the folks over at Auxito for sending out the headlights. They are incredible. They're super bright. They were very easy to install. They work great. No splicing, cutting required. They have the built-in resistor, just plug right in. So highly recommend. But all in all, thank you all for watching. See you next time.
The next step to getting the truck ready to tow is a fresh oil change. I chose to go with Rotella T4. It's a good synthetic